everyone, and welcome to Sparkles, the show where we prove that crafting is messy by doing none other than making a mess. Okay, so what I wanted to do today was actually compare for you the Annie's Card Maker Kit of the Month Club and the Paper Pumpkin Kit of the Month Club. So these were the two that I received this month, so I thought we'd compare them. So first things that you're going to notice is that with Paper Pumpkin, I got the October 2021 Kit of the Month Club. With Annie's, I got Sunny Thoughts, which looks like it's been out for quite a while. It doesn't mark which month it is. It is copyright 2021, but does seem to be more of a spring kit. I had saw something online that tied it to I guess April, but that could be because it was my first kit. Now, it is also worth noting that with Annie's, with your first kit, you get the kit at half price, but you don't get any joiners gifts. So you can go ahead and try it cheaper for the first month. But if you don't already have some supplies, you may find that the Annie's kit is missing some of the basics that you need to really get started in card making. Unlike the Paper Pumpkin kit, it's not an out-of-the-box kit, meaning you need more than just a pair of scissors, I find. Amongst other things, it didn't come with adhesive, and the first kit did not come with the stamping block. With the Paper Pumpkin, on your first kit, you get one of these, the stamping blocks, to hold the stamps to help you get a better usage out of your stamps, like a better impression. The same was not true with the Annie's. I had seen some teasers online that indicated it might come with a little card making kit, but that so far has not been my experience. So, second of all, I wanted to take a look at the instructions. The Paper Pumpkin instructions are a large sheet of paper, full color. There are no words on them. Each one shows you all the pieces you need. There's a ruler included in the actual pamphlet. They show you where to put all your little dots and everything, but it is an entirely visual process, meaning if you tend to read, you may not be find this kit the most accessible. If you're good with visual learning, though, then you're good to go. And this one here, as you can see, the kit contents were the 5 green backings and the 5 of the tree backings, and then all of the accessories. In the Annie's kit, what you will see is that your instructions are words. So they show you the card, but the instructions themselves are actually typed out. This is great if you like to read, but not so good if you need a more visual instruction. So you can see they give you a bunch of different ideas to make. So they give you a total of 4 ideas spanning 2 card shapes, and they give you enough supplies for 6 of each card shape, so a total of 12 cards. Both kits also came with envelopes. Both kits came with accessories. They came with like the little die cut out papers, and both kits did come with rhinestones, or rhinestones as this kit calls it. Now, the one thing that I can't do is compare the rhinestones. That's only because the Annie's kit, the rhinestones did not survive my toddler. She saw them on my table and grabbed them, and that was the end of it. So, should I get a chance to do a proper comparison again, I will. I'm sorry that didn't happen this month. My toddler is a lovely, lovely, adventurous young girl who very much likes shiny things. So, we wanted to talk about the card bases and the quality of them and the envelopes. So this is one of my finished cards. I like to keep my cards in card sleeves. Like I said, some of them I end up donating, and I just find it keeps them clean in between. So, actually, let's start with the envelopes. So, the Annie's kit came with a total of 12 envelopes, 2 different sizes. They do seem to be a little bit custom to the card. But they're plain white envelopes, very standard. Lick and stick, nothing patterned on the inside, but shaped the right size for your cards. The paper pumpkin ones, they've got beautiful gold embossing, they've got the patterned insides, and a lot of times these envelopes are actually so nice that you can use them as parts of the cards as well. So you can replace them with a plain envelope and get something that you really like out of this as well, especially with a lot of this gold foil. For paperweight, I'd say they're pretty close. They sound about the same. They feel very similar. This one is probably a little bit heavier, but we're still in the standard envelope weight. So I wouldn't say they're, other than color and this embossing, the paper itself is not significantly different. I do find these are a nicer envelope just because they're patterned and done up. So for card bases, here's an example of a card base that's got nothing done on the inside with the paper pumpkin kit. And here's an undone card base with the Annie's card kit. The Annie's cards are definitely smaller, although that might be kit specific. If we look, and even if I come on here on one of the cards in green, if you look at the tiny white line, you can see there the card bases themselves. The color doesn't go through all the way. It is a white core. The same is here. In fact, on this one, the color is only on one side. But then again, on this one, the pattern's only on one side. So, for weight, well, nice thick. Also fairly thick sounding. So, I would say this is a light cardstock. This one here is a slightly heavier cardstock. But the cards don't end up as heavy because you don't end up with as many layers. And so then we look at the embellishments that come with it. Well, here's a good example of some of the embellishments that come with the paper pumpkin kit. You've got the silver laser cut Noel, you've got the laser cut banner, you've got vellum embellishments, you've got the circles that are also laser cut. And all of those were either vellum or cardstock. The cardstock was the same weight as the card, and some of it had the silver foil highlights. Now, there did come only with specific cutouts specific to the cards that they demonstrated. You got 6 Noels, you got 10 red banners, 12 red banners, things like that. So there wasn't a lot of variation, but you can still make your own cards out of it. With the Annie's card kits, what you got was 4 pages of Punchouts. Now, this is why I think the Annie's card kits are also scrapbooking kits, because some of the Punchouts are like full length. And I'm not sure that I would use them on a card, but they would be perfect for some scrapbooking banners. So you got 2 pages of this one, and each item you see here is its own Punchout. And you got 2 pages of these. These are both like cardstock weight. Not quite the weight of the cards, I'd say about the weight of the paper pumpkin cards and the paper pumpkin cutouts. And then with the Annie's kit, you got 6 pages of patterned paper. It was patterned on one side, And if you listen, that is definitely a computer weight paper. It's got some nice colors. I do like the images. There's a nice variety, but they are definitely paperweight for adding some other colors and patterns to your cards. The Annie's kit I found was more open, with 6 different colors of pattern paper, with 2 different colors of the card, and with the 2 pages of pop-outs. If you wanted to go and make 12 completely different cards, you could. And whereas I'm not done even making the 12 cards, I suspect I'm going to get past 12 with this kit. We'll see where we go, because I do want to get a scrapbook page out of it as well, just to see how that goes. So at the end, I will come back with some reviews on how far they actually go. The paper pumpkin kits, though, really can be expanded as well. I've gotten quite a few cards. I've easily doubled on some kits the number of cards I've gotten, and even past that. The paper pumpkin kit also comes with more premium paper. So in this kit, you see the silver cardstock. You see the vellum that's been laser cut. You've got the foil highlights on this card backing, the foil on the envelope. So they are a more premium product, whereas this is more basic supplies from the Annie's kit that you can just turn and create with. Now, both kits did come with ribbon or string. Just flip this over for you. Both kits did come with ribbon or string. The paper pumpkin kit this month came with what used to be red thread or embroidery floss, and the Annie's kit came with this stuff. Now, as you can see, this stuff is not as tightly wound, and definitely going to be a little bit more prone to fraying than what I'm seeing out of the paper pumpkin kit. You do also get a yellow growth grain ribbon with it, and you know, not a bad amount out of each. The paper pumpkin, again, a nice amount, but we've only got the one color. It is definitely a better quality of thread. There's a tighter twist and a finer grain to it than this. But here you've got 2 for more options and more capacity. The first month that I got with paper pumpkin, the ribbon, it was really wide. The second month, it was the raffia with the string in, with the wire in it, and now we've got this. So you really do get a wide variety, whereas from what I've seen out of Annie's kits, they're more of a thin and a thick every month, but you tend to get 2. And then the other thing I had looked out for this, as I shift around looking to see where I've now placed it, was the ink and the stamps, because I found those were really different quality. Compared to everything else, the ink and the stamps, I think, were the biggest difference. And that's important because those are refillable and restockable. So, sorry, got a bit of a cold. With the paper pumpkin, you get this one was the shaded spruce. It was nice, heavily saturated, and with the Annie's kits, you get the gray. And this one here, when I first got it, I was confused as to if it was wet or dry. It's not well sealed. Sorry for that. So first, I was going to use, this stamp came from Annie's. It's a little butterfly, and I wanted to show you. I'm hoping the camera will catch it, what happens. First of all, when you stamp it, the ink is very wet. It's very runny, and I'm not a big fan of that. So, stamp 1, stamp 2, stamp 3. Our impressions are not my favorite, and I'm going to be honest with that. I don't think it's the cleanest stamp that you can get. And I think the ink itself is not what I would want to use on a lot of my cards. It might be really good for backgrounds or something where you would want a nice loose wet ink, but I'm not a fan. So we're going to take the same stamp now and do it in the paper pumpkin kit. So pick up the green, stamp 1, stamp 2, stamp 3. Now this one here, you do get a better impression, I find. You don't have that really weird outline thing going on. It's clear that the ink is flowing better. And then, just for fun, I wanted to take one of the paper pumpkin stamps. So we're going to do, I'm going to do words. It's not really fair to test words against an image, but I want you to see the difference. So we're going to do the same test. This is with the paper pumpkin words. And the reason I'm using the paper pumpkin words is I find them to be just a thicker stamp. So we'll take the gray from the Annie's kit on a paper pumpkin stamp. Stamp 1, stamp 2, and after that it's already starting to degrade, so I'm really not going to go further. It's stamped cleanly enough on this better stamp. It definitely did better than that. But now let's see what we do with the paper pumpkin. So I'm going to apply the paper pumpkin green. Okay, stamp 1, stamp 2. To me, that's a better imprint. It's thinner, it's crisper, it's clearer. I'm going to bring this right up to the camera so that you can see. So those are your 4 impressions. So again, this was a Annie's stamp, Annie's ink, Annie's stamp paper pumpkin ink, paper pumpkin stamp Annie's ink, paper pumpkin stamp paper pumpkin ink. You can be the judge of what you think is the best, but personally, I definitely do find that I have a preference. Why does that matter? Because out of everything in the kit, the ink and the stamps are the ones that you're going to keep. Now, paper pumpkin did come with adhesives. It came with the dimensionals and the glue dots, which I have now used up. Annie's kit did not come with any adhesives this time. Whether or not that's the case always, it did, however, come with pink and green brads, which is a nice little embellishment. And like I said, it also had the rhinestones. And just so you can see, turn these over. These are the Annie stamps, so thinking of you, grateful for our friendship. Some generic and just some nice sentiments in there. Minus, like I said, the quality. And if you want to look here at the paper pumpkin ones, you'll see Merry Christmas, Christmas sentiments, a couple of the images. Now, I did note that the Annie's definitely has more stamps with it. So, do I have a firm answer for you? No, I don't. These kits are for 2 completely different people. The paper pumpkin kit is for somebody who wants an all-in-one project on the go. All you need is scissors, and they want to make a premium product. And there's really nice things in it. But the paper pumpkin kit definitely is for somebody who's looking for an all-inclusive. The Annie's kit has, I found, more creativity to it. There were more ways to play. There were more things to do with it. Just because there are so many different cutouts and papers and combinations that, well, first of all, you don't have enough pieces to make 6 of the same card in anything. And second of all, it's not a kit that's designed to make 6 of the same card. It makes 12 cards, 6 of each, and Paper Pumpkin made two sets of 5. Paper Pumpkin is designed to make a lot of the same cards. You can play with it and go outside the box and get creative, but the kit itself is absolutely pieced out based on making the same card on repetition. There are the exact number of cutouts of exactly what you need, and if you follow it, you'll be left over with your dimensionals, your glue spots, your ink spot, and your stamps, but you won't have a lot of anything else left. You might have one or two cutouts, because they do give you extras for things where you might make a mistake, like if you have to stamp the sentiment onto a cutout, they'll give you an extra, or they might have some in extra languages. But it really is geared to make exactly what's on the box. The Annie's kit is geared to, here are a bunch of coordinating supplies that make up a kit that all fit together in color and theme and event, and then you are going to make something. The Annie's kit, really you need supplies. You're going to need scissors, you're going to need something to be able to cut a straight line and measure, so, you know, a ruler, a scissors, possibly a pencil, or you're going to need a paper slicer and a bone folder, and so you are going to need equipment. You're probably looking at needing your own dimensionals or decent glue, and you want to have a little bit of experience with card making. They will talk you through a couple of them, but you can't reproduce the ones in the kit more than once. They're twice, I would say, maximum, because there were 2 sheets of each cutout. So you still have 2 blank cards, because they give you 2 of each that you would have to create yourself. So if you are brand new, just trying this for the first time, Annie's probably would not be the kit I recommended. If, however, you're not looking to make a lot of the same card and you do want to do variations, I would say Annie's would be a kit better suited to that. Paper Pumpkin, on the other hand, has the quality down pat. I find they're better stamps, better inks, better envelopes. It just turns out to be a really high quality, professional looking card. So, with that in mind, I hope you enjoyed my comparison of both kits. I hope this helped you to get a better idea and understanding of what each kit might be, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future. Thank you and have a great day.